2 years ago in March, the world kind of stopped and we went home due to the start of the pandemic. And I remember having conversations with fellow coworkers about how it seemed like families and communities and parents were very appreciative of teachers because they had to deal with their own students and they kind of got a glimpse of what we deal with on a day-to-day basis. And then a few months later, we were not heroes. We were not valued and appreciated, and it was devastating. And so for the past 2 years, an educator has had to deal with COVID slide, students who are dealing with an unbelievable amount of trauma, who have academic gaps, who may have lost parents or relatives, and they're trying to process and adjust with that. We have state curriculum that we're required to teach. I teach in Texas, and so Texas in itself, there are a lot of behind the scenes situations that we're dealing with. We have a governor and a lieutenant governor who are basically doing everything they can to be anti-public education, and it's definitely impacting teachers as well as the students. We have 5.5 million students in public schools here in Texas, and all we want to do as educators is to pour into them, educate them, cultivate them so that they are ready to grow up and to be successful members in society, and we can't do that. We're not allowed to do our jobs because we have people who are using public education as a game. And so it's very discouraging. Watching and following along with this report, it just kind of solidifies what we already know. I work 70 to 80 hours per week. And I know that people have this fantasy that teachers work from 7:30 to 3:30, bell to bell, and that is the furthest thing from the truth. I spend my own money to buy prizes, to buy supplies for my children. I spend my own time to show up to students' activities. If they invite me to come to a baseball or softball or soccer game, then I do that. Not because I feel obligated, because my classroom is a family and I want my students to know that they are the most important priority. But I also have my own family. I also have 2 little girls who I'm responsible for. So it is a very difficult situation when you have to decide, do I put more time into making sure that my lesson is engaging for the 23 kids who are in my classroom, or do I help my 8-year-old with her homework? It's a true struggle between mom guilt as well as teacher guilt. Educators just want to do the very best that we can for our students, but unless the educator pay, respect, empathy, support is given for educators, then a mass exodus is what we should be preparing to see. And the saddest part is that this is going to directly impact our most vulnerable communities. Our communities who need passionate teachers who pour into those children from bell to bell and then some. Our teachers who understand and who make connections with students because they see themselves in those children. These are the teachers who feel burnt out. These are the teachers who don't feel respected. These are the teachers who don't feel that they're being paid what they deserve. These are the teachers who are 1 foot out of the door, and that should be terrifying for all of us.